MotoGP is one of the fastest, most dangerous, and most expensive motorsports in the world. Every weekend, teams fly across continents with multi-million-dollar prototype bikes, high-tech equipment, and some of the most skilled riders on the planet. But have you ever stopped and wondered, how exactly do MotoGP teams make money? Because when you look at the cost involved, custom-built race bikes, massive team logistics, expensive rider contracts, it doesn't really sound like a profitable business. So what's the secret behind these teams staying alive, season after season? Well, in this video, we're going to break it down. From sponsorships and manufacturer support to TV rights and some sneaky strategies that even satellite teams use to make more money than you'd expect. And make sure you watch till the end, because it'll reveal why some of the smallest teams on the grid can actually turn out to be more profitable than the big factory giants. Let's start with the basic show. Expensive is it to actually run a MotoGP team? A typical full-season MotoGP team can spend anywhere from $10 million to as much as $50 million per year. That includes rider salaries, bike development, travel and logistics, mechanics, data engineers, hospitality, and more. The prototype bikes used in MotoGP are not like your average road bike. These machines are built from scratch using aerospace-grade materials, custom electronics, and state-of-the-art telemetry systems. And unlike Formula 1, MotoGP doesn't have a budget cap, so some teams go all in. For example, factory teams like Ducati, Honda, or Yamaha can spend tens of millions just on development alone. Add to that the salaries of top-tier riders. Marc Marquez, for instance, has been reported to earn over $10 million per season, and you begin to see how quickly the numbers climb. So with these insane costs, where does the money come from? The biggest source of income for most MotoGP teams is sponsorship. Just like in Formula 1, MotoGP teams sell space on their bikes, rider suits, helmets, pit walls, and even transport trucks to sponsors. These aren't just logos slapped on for fun. These are carefully negotiated deals that can be worth millions. Title sponsors. Companies like Monster Energy, Red Bull, or Petronas often pay $5 to $15 million or more per season to have their name associated with a team. Then there are technical sponsors, apparel partners, and even local sponsors who chip in smaller amounts. When you look at a team's bike during a race weekend, every logo you see has a price tag. In fact, for many teams, especially the independent ones, sponsorship revenue can make up over 6,070% of their total income. But not every team is built the same way. Let's talk about the difference between factory teams and satellite teams. Factory teams like Ducati Lenovo, Repsol Honda, or Yamaha Factory Racing are directly owned and operated by the motorcycle manufacturers. These teams have one main goal: develop the bike, win races, and increase brand value. Profit isn't always their primary objective. For these manufacturers, racing is a form of high-stakes marketing. When a Ducati wins a race, it boosts brand image and, indirectly, bike sales. There's even a saying in motorsports: win on Sunday, sell on Monday. That's why factory teams can afford to lose money in MotoGP. They make it back through product sales and brand loyalty. On the other hand, satellite teams like Pramac Racing, LCR Honda, or Tech 3 KTM operate differently. These are independent teams that don't build their own bikes. Instead, they lease motorcycles from factory team Sofin, getting slightly older or B-spec versions of the latest machinery. But here's the twist: because satellite teams don't bear the massive R&D costs that factory teams do, they can often operate much more efficiently. They still receive significant sponsor support, get payments from MotoGP's organizers, and in some cases even receive bikes, technical staff, and updates directly from the factory. In fact, in recent years, some satellite teams have outperformed their factory counterparts, which makes them incredibly attractive to sponsors. Think about it. Why spend $50 million on a factory team when a $15 million satellite team is consistently scoring podiums? That brings us to another major income source: Dorna Payments. Dorna Sports is the company that owns and runs MotoGP. And to keep the championship competitive and financially viable, Dorna pays teams an annual amount just for participating in the championship. These payments come from TV rights, commercial sponsorships, and race hosting deals. For smaller or satellite teams, this can be a game changer, bringing in anywhere from $2 to $5 million per year. It's not charity, it's a revenue sharing model that ensures a full, competitive grid and helps cover basic operational costs. Then there are other, smaller, but still important revenue streams. Teams also earn from merchandise sales: jerseys, caps, team apparel, posters, die-cast models, you name it. Some teams make money from VIP hospitality packages, where brands or wealthy fans pay thousands to experience race weekends from behind the scenes. scenes. There's also licensing deals MotoGP video games, documentaries, branded content, and even virtual experiences. All of these create additional trickles of income that add up across the season. So do MotoGP teams make money? Yes, but it depends on who you're asking. Factory teams might run at a loss on paper, but the marketing value and technological innovation they gain is priceless. Satellite teams, on the other hand, often run leaner, more efficient operations and, in some cases, can be more profitable per dollar spent. The real answer is MotoGP is not just a sport. It's a global business platform that combines high-speed engineering, international branding, and entertainment into one loud, fast, and incredibly expensive package.